And our first guest is joining us via satellite from Montreal, Mr. Ronald Mann. He is the chairman and CEO of DNA Precious Metals Incorporated, stock symbols DNAP. Ron, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Don. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're glad to have you here. Now, DNA Precious Metals Incorporated describes itself as a company focused on near-term production of the Montauban tailings mine in the province of Quebec, Canada. Ron, can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
I will. DNA is targeting production in the second quarter of 2014. The company was organized in 2010 with the staking of claims over what is known as the Anaconda tailings deposit, adjacent to the former producer Montauban mines. Since 2010, a lease for the tailings has been entered into with the local municipality. The 43101 report has been developed and released by an independent geologist. The mill building has been built. Production decision has been made. Permits have been granted by the provincial government in Quebec. And the company is in financing mode for production.
Now, this Montauban property, which the company acquired a little over 2 years ago, had some very impressive historical resource reports. Can you share some of that data with us, please?
It sure did, Don. In addition to the Anaconda deposit, there are proximate deposits called Montauban United, Tetra 1 and 2, near surface ore on the Montauban mine, all of which add up to an inferred resource of over 20,000 ounces of gold and over 1 million ounces of silver.
Again, we're talking with DNA Precious Metals Incorporated. DNAP is the stock symbol. Now, Ron, one of the oldest sayings in the resources business is the best place to find gold and silver is near where gold and silver has already been found. Now, does that apply to your Montauban property?
Well, indeed it does. The Montauban mine itself, which we have recently entered into a binding agreement to acquire, in addition to the tailings residues, had past production for most of the 20th century. Production for gold was over 130,000 ounces of gold, over 4 million ounces of silver were produced, as well as over 100,000 tons of lead and zinc. The area itself is highly prospective, and we look forward to additional resources from the Montauban mines.
Well, in 2011, you had a report by a seasoned geological engineer providing an impressive value of the Montauban tailings. Do you care to comment on that for us, please?
The 43101 report by Yves Gagnon, who at that time was independent to DNA, he has since joined the company, gave a value of over 400,000 tons of 0.34 grams gold and about 1 ounce silver, about 0.84 gold equivalent, 0.84 grams gold equivalent on the resource, which is in mining language called measured. We know it's there.
Again, we're talking with DNA Precious Metals Incorporated. DNAP is their stock symbol. Now, Ron, your management has, according to your website, which by the way is dnapreciousmetals.com, has more than 50 years experience in mining. Tell us about your team.
Well, I lead the team. I ran financing for a mining merchant bank and was president of an exploration company in the Yukon prior to joining DNA. Yves Gagnon, our VP Exploration, has 35 years experience in the industry, having discovered a deposit for the large company in Noranda, and himself being president of a number of junior companies. In addition, we have a very experienced project manager on the team and an experienced public company chief financial officer.
Well, the company recently announced the release of a report by Grassroots Research and Distribution Incorporated. Can you share with us, Ron, some of the highlights of that report?
Well, the most significant highlight about the report was the price target on the stock of 81 cents. However, after the price target, what is important to me about the report is the analysis of the company, which indicates its strong management, its ability to secure permits, its ability to finance, and ability to head into production.
Again, we're talking with Ronald Mann. He's the chairman and CEO of DNA Precious Metals Incorporated. DNAP is their stock symbol. Ron, why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at your company?
Well, apart from the levity, perhaps because the stock's going up, Don, but apart from that, we are targeting production in the second quarter of 2014, subject to production financing, which we're in the advanced stages of doing at the moment. We've got a lot of momentum and are making further acquisitions in addition to the Multibem mine, and look forward to being a significant producer as we move forward over the next couple of years.
DNA Precious Metals Incorporated, stock symbol DNAP. Ron, we've initiated coverage of the company. We'll be following you very closely over an extended period of time. Fabulous interview. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
It's been my pleasure, Don.